Chapter 6 Miscellaneous Exercise Question number 6. The question is, find the intervals in which the function f given by fx is equal to 4 sin x minus 2x minus x cos x divided by 2 plus cos x is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Now to calculate increasing and decreasing, we have to prove that the first derivative, if greater than 0, then it is increasing. If the first derivative is less than 0, it is decreasing. So taking up the function fx, the very first step is from 2x and minus x cos x, taking out x common. So fx becomes 4 sin x minus x, inside the bracket will be 2 plus cos x divided by 2 plus cos x. Then dividing separately with 2 plus cos x, fx becomes 4 sin x upon 2 plus cos x, and 2 plus cos x for the second term gets cancelled and only x remains. After simplifying the fx, we will differentiate fx with respect to x. So f dash x is equal to, using the division rule, we get 2 plus cos x as it is, d by dx of 4 sin x minus 4 sin x as it is, d by dx of 2 plus cos x whole divided by 2 plus cos x whole square, and the derivative of x is 1, so it becomes minus 1. Now sin x derivative is cos x, 2 derivative becomes 0, so cos x derivative minus sin x. Expanding the brackets, we get here with the help of expansion as multiplying 4 cos x with both of them, that is 2 plus cos x, we get 8 cos x plus 4 cos square x. Minus and minus makes it plus 4 sin square x, minus 1 is as it is, whole divided by 2 plus cos x whole square. Now taking the LCM, we get, and removing 4 common from these two terms, we will get it inside the bracket cos square x plus sin square x, that makes it 1. So we get 8 cos x plus 4, 2 plus cos x whole square taken as a LCM, whole divided by 2 plus cos x whole square. Using a plus b whole square formula and expanding this bracket, we get f dash x is equal to 8 cos x plus 4 as it is minus 4 plus 4 cos x plus cos square x whole divided by 2 plus cos x whole square. Opening the brackets, f dash x will be equal to 8 cos x plus 4 from the first bracket, and in the second bracket the sign will change as minus sign is out. So it gives us minus 4 cos x minus cos square x whole divided by 2 plus cos x whole square. Now 4 and minus 4 gets cancelled. 8 cos x minus 4 cos x gives 4 cos x, and minus cos square x as it is divided by 2 plus cos x whole square. Taking out cos x common, we get f dash x is equal to cos x 4 minus cos x divided by 2 plus cos x whole square, and To calculate the value of x here, we have to go for equating it to 0. So equating it to 0, we will get here either cos x equal to 0 or 4 minus cos x equal to 0. 2 plus cos x whole square will go this side and it will get converted to 0 by multiplying with 0. Now cos x value we get from the bracket as 4, which is not possible. Reason: the value of cos x always lies between -1 to 1. So cos x value equal to 4 is not possible. Now cos x is equal to 0 means cos becomes 0 at 2 points, that is pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. So x will be pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Taking up this unit circle, there will be total 3 intervals. The first interval will be 0 to pi by 2, that is first quadrant. Second interval we can take it directly from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Reason: cos is negative in second and third quadrant. So we can take it directly pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Now the third quadrant over here, the third interval will be 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. So this is how we have divided the unit circle into 3 intervals. First quadrant is one of the interval. Second and third quadrant is the second interval. And fourth quadrant is the third interval. Now, taking all the intervals in the tabular form, we have made it for interval cos x. 4 minus cos x will be always positive because cos x is less than 4, and the denominator, that is 2 plus cos x whole square, as it is square, will be always positive. Then is sine of first derivative, that is f dash x, and the nature. Nature consists of increasing and decreasing. Taking up the first quadrant or the first interval, 0 to pi by 2, cos is positive. 4 minus cos x always remains positive. So positive multiplied by positive will be positive. So increasing in 0 to pi by 2 interval. Taking up the second interval, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, cos is negative in second and third quadrant. So it will be negative here. 4 minus cos x always remains positive. So negative into positive, negative, so decreasing. Third interval is 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. It is the fourth quadrant. Cos x is positive in fourth. 4 minus cos x is also positive. So positive into positive is positive, so increasing. So this is how the function is increasing or decreasing in the different intervals can be solved. Seventh one, the question is, find the intervals in which the function f given by fx is equal to x cube plus 1 upon x cube, x not equal to 0, is increasing, decreasing. So taking up fx, expressing 1 upon x cube as x raised to minus 3, and this is being done so that the derivative becomes easy for us. So differentiating with respect to x, we get f dash x as x cube 3x square plus minus 3x raised to minus 4, because minus 3 minus 1 makes it minus 4. So f dash x will be equal to 3x square minus 3 upon x raised to 4, as the power is negative. We'll denote this as 1. Now if we are taking the LCM, f dash x will become 3x raised to 6, because x raised to 4 into x raised to 6 gives into x raised to 2 gives x raised to 6, minus 3 upon x raised to 4. To get the value of x, we need to equate the first derivative equal to 0. X raised to 4 going the other side becomes 0. We get 3x raised to 6 minus 3 equal to 0. So 3x raised to 6 minus 3 going the other side becomes 3. X raised to 6 will be equal to 1. And the value of x becomes plus or minus 1. Now plotting the values of x on the number line, minus 1 and 1, they divide the number line into 3 intervals. One is minus infinity to minus 1, another is minus 1 to 1, and the third interval is 1 to infinity. Now we have to check the sign of f dash x. So we have taken intervals in one of the column, minus infinity to minus 1. Taking up the first derivative f dash x as 3x raised to 6 minus 3 upon x raised to 4. Sign of f dash means positive or negative, and the nature consists of increasing and decreasing. Now from the interval minus infinity to minus 1, taking up the value of x as minus 2, keeping in f dash, we will get a positive value. Reason, the power of x is all even, so it will be greater than 0. First derivative is positive, hence it is increasing. Taking the value from minus 1 to 1 as 0, keeping in first derivative, it will be less than 0. Even if you take the value as minus 0.5 and keeping in this, x equal to 0 cannot be taken, because x is not equal to 0 given in the question. So taking the value of x as 0.5, keeping in first derivative, we will get the answer to be negative, that is less than 0. So sign is negative, hence it is decreasing. Taking up the value from the interval 1 to infinity, that is 2, keeping in first derivative, the answer will be positive, so it is increasing. So in 2 of the interval it is increasing, and in 1 interval it is decreasing. Eighth one is, find the maximum area of an isosceles triangle inscribed in the ellipse x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equal to 1, with its vertex at one end of the major axis. Now here an ellipse is drawn where one vertex of the triangle is taken as endpoint of major axis A0, and the points D and C are taken up in such a way that ADC becomes an isosceles triangle. Now to calculate the area of isosceles triangle, we need the coordinates of C and D. So for calculating the coordinates of point D, we will take the x coordinate of D as x, and from this equation making y as a subject. So we get y square upon b square is equal to, shifting x square upon a square the other side, we get 1 minus x square upon a square. Taking the LCM and shifting b square the other side, we get y square is equal to b square upon a square into a square minus x square, by taking out the LCM and solving it. Now removing square from y, the other side becomes plus or minus b by a root of a square minus x square. So total we got two values of y. One we have to take it with D, another one we have to take it with C. So this is how the coordinates of D and C can be known. The x coordinate of D will remain as minus x because it is in second quadrant. It is negative, x is negative, and in C also the x coordinate will be negative, as in third quadrant x is negative. But when we select the y coordinate of D, it will be positive, as y is positive in second quadrant, and in third quadrant the y coordinate is negative. So C will be having a negative y coordinate. Now taking up the coordinates of C, D and A, as C coordinate in fourth quadrant, so it will be having both as negative, minus x minus b by a root of a square minus x square. D is lying in the second quadrant, so x will be negative, y will be positive, so it becomes minus x b by a under root a square minus x square, and the coordinate of a is a0. Now calculating the area of triangle ACD, we take it up a equal to 1 upon 2. This is the formula for calculating the area of triangle, which you have already done it in determinants or in straight lines. Now taking up and keeping all the values, you can just mark the coordinates of A as x1, y1, coordinate of C as x2, y2, coordinates of D as x3, y3, and keeping the values in their places. We get here x1, y2 minus y3 will give us minus 2b by a under root a square minus x square, because minus and minus will make it plus, so minus we will get it here. x2 value is minus x, and y3 minus y1, that makes it, as 0 is y1's value, so we get b upon a under root a square minus x square plus x3 value is again negative, so we get here y1 minus y2. Now y1 is 0, hence minus minus will make it plus y2 value as b upon a under root a square minus x square. Mode is taken up as area is being calculated. Now simplifying this whole part, and here a and a gets cancelled, so we get half outside. Inside the mode, minus 2b under root a square minus x square, and both these terms are same, so adding them we get minus 2x by b, minus 2x b upon a under root a square minus x square. Now simplifying this further, negative sign will make it positive as mode is there, and taking out 2b common outside, as well as under root of a square minus x square common, we will get 2b upon 2, this 2 is already there, under root a square minus x square, inside the bracket 1, this part is going to become plus as negative sign is outside, and inside the mode it will become positive. So from this term only x by a remains. So the complete function area we get it as b by a under root a square minus x square into a plus x. Simplify it to this point, reason the second derivative will be easy for us to calculate. Now to find it out, the value of x and the area, we will differentiate with respect to x. So using the multiplication rule of differentiation, b by a is constant, differentiating a plus x root of ax square minus x square first and keeping a plus x as it is. So first is the derivative of root, then is the derivative of a square minus x square as per the chain rule, and keeping root of a square minus x square as it is, d by dx of a plus x. So using multiplication rule for differentiating. So a plus x remains as it is. Derivative of root a square minus x square is 1 upon 2 root a square minus x square. A square derivative is 0 as it is constant, and x square derivative we get minus 2x. And here plus it becomes root of a square minus x square. Derivative of x is 1. Now 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so we get here minus x a plus x divided by under root a square minus x square plus under root a square minus x square. Taking the LCM, root and root gets removed, so a square minus x square remains. Expanding the bracket, we get minus ax minus x square plus a square minus x square divided by a square minus root of a square minus x square. Now minus x square and minus x square will make it minus 2x square. So the remaining part after simplification we get it as dA by dx is equal to b by a square minus 2ax minus 2x square whole divided by under root a square minus x square, which is to be equated to 0. Equating dA by dx equal to 0, this whole term, the first derivative equating it to 0, root of a into root of a square minus x square, everything going this side will make it 0. Only a square minus ax minus 2x square will be equal to 0 remaining. Now splitting the middle term by taking up a square minus 2ax plus ax minus 2x square equal to 0. Factorizing it, we get two factors as a plus x and a minus 2x, that will be equal to 0. Therefore, x plus a is equal to 0 or a minus 2x is equal to 0. So, we will get two values of x. One is x equal to minus a, another one is x is equal to a by 2. Now, x equal to minus a cannot be accepted as it is negative and sides cannot be negative. So, x equal to minus a is not to be taken up. X equal to a by 2 is a value which is to be accepted. Now, the first derivative is again to be differentiated with respect to x. So, for that we need to make use of division rule. Using the division rule, b by a is constant which is kept out. Denominator is as it is. Derivative of a square minus ax minus 2x square minus numerator as it is. Derivative of, so that is d by dx of root a square minus x square into d by dx of a square minus x square. Here we need to make use of chain rule. Reason root is to be differentiated first and then a square minus x square whole divided by squaring the root of a square minus x square gives us only a square minus x square. Now differentiating each and every term, differentiation of root of a square minus x square will make it 1 upon 2 of root of a square minus x square, and x square derivative will be minus 2x. So very carefully differentiate each and every term. Cancellation takes place of 2 and 2. Minus minus makes it plus. Taking the LCM, multiplying with root of a square minus x square, we get a square minus x square. The derivative part comes out to be minus a minus 4x plus a square minus ax minus 2x square and x whole divided by the LCM root goes down. Now wherever x is there, keeping there a by 2 and simplifying it. Very carefully we need to simplify. This part we will get it as a square minus a square, which will make it 0. So we are not supposed to calculate it more. But in the first part and downside, taking the LCM and calculating, we'll get the numerator part as 3a square by 4 into minus 3a. Downside is 3a square by 4 root of 3a square by 4. Now root of 4 will make it 2, so that gives 8. And a square root will give 8, so it becomes 3 root 3 a cube divided by 8. Simplifying this, upside it becomes minus 9 a cube by 4. Cancellations will give us minus b by a minus 6 upon root 3, which is a negative value, and as it is a negative value, it is less than 0. Therefore, area becomes maximum at x equal to a by 2. Now it is asked to find out the area also. So, in the function of area, that is area of triangle ADC, that is being calculated before. Keeping the value of x is equal to a by 2 and calculating it. Taking out the LCM here, inside the root we get root 3a by 2. Here also calculating LCM, we will get 3a by 2. Cancellation of a and a. The final area of the triangle which is inscribed inside the ellipse is 3 root 3 AB upon 4, and this one will be the maximum area.